I'll need to be prepared for this drama because Cassie is back at it again, and this time she is working overtime to take Diddy down once and for all. Now, I all know that the feds have been after Diddy, and they recently raided his houses on some charges, but it turns out that there are some hidden agendas from the feds. New reports have it that Cassie has been working with the feds, not only on the charges but also on alleged charges regarding Kim Porter. For those who missed it, Cassie has allegedly been working with the feds on a secret investigation into Kim Porter's passing, and it looks like they're coming pretty close to taking Diddy out. Girl, this situation keeps getting worse and worse, and Cassie is out for revenge because she isn't taking her foot off Diddy's neck. Cassie has been out here doing the Lord's work when it comes to taking down Diddy because she has been putting in the work behind the scenes with the feds. Diddy and Cassie dated for 11 years from 2007 to 2018, and for a long time, people didn't know the truth about what was going on in the relationship because they kept up the front of a happy couple. Diddy even had the audacity to claim that he was heartbroken when she broke up with him, and he posted a screenshot of Michael Jackson's song, "The Lady in My Life," and wrote, "If anybody sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song." Child, it's the audacity of him to act heartbroken when he knows what he did to her. It's just crazy. It wasn't until November of last year that we found out what really went down in the relationship, and it was not a fairy tale story like we all assumed. Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy that sent the entire industry into a spin because the things that she exposed in that lawsuit were just insane. She claimed that Diddy used to put paws on her while they were dating, leaving her with bruises and cuts all over her body. She also claimed that he whipped her out to mail exports, watched while it was going on, recorded it, and then blackmailed her with the videos to keep her in line whenever she tried to stand up for herself or leave. Don't even get me started on how she exposed him for trying to unalive people, having a bad drug problem, threatening and manipulating everyone around him, and all that messy stuff. To nobody's surprise, Diddy tried to deny the allegations and claimed that Cassie was only after money, saying, he vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. Miss Venter's demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Miss Venter has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. However, he folded in less than a day, and he settled the lawsuit with Cassie out of court. Even though we don't know per se how much she got, reports had it that it was about $100 million. At the time, she got a lot of hate from people for settling out of court and taking money, saying that she should have stood her ground and let the case go to court. This didn't make a lot of sense because the case was a civil one, and it wouldn't have ended in Diddy going to jail in the first place. Anyway, it has been months since the lawsuit was filed, and even though fans still praise Cassie for being bold enough to stand up to him, things have been quiet from her end. But we didn't know that even though Cassie settled, she was still working with the feds Lauke to investigate Diddy, specifically the case of Kim Porter's passing. Kim Porter and Diddy dated for about 13 years before they broke up in 2007. She unfortunately passed away in 2018 after what was reported to be pneumonia, but people have always doubted this because the situation was just so shady from the start. People have always pointed fingers at Diddy, accusing him of being the brain behind Kim's passing. See, before Kim's passing, several people had already come out to claim that Diddy was violent towards Kim during all 13 years of their relationship.
One night, when they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital.
There's also this article from 2005 that hinted that Diddy broke Kim's nose during an argument. It says, Diddy Combs' girlfriend Kim Porter was left with a broken nose after the couple argued on Cole's yacht in Trapeze. Combs flew in a specialist plastic surgeon from Geneva after the accident. Porter has since claimed that she hurt her face after she banged her nose on the table. So when she suddenly passed under mysterious circumstances, people were extremely suspicious of Diddy. Jaguar Wright even accused him of allegedly unliving Kim and covering it up. She also pointed out how there were a lot of inconsistencies in the investigation.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. it was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And
Life imitating art. Art imitates life now. It all makes sense, she told me. Other stuff too. She was running. I said, call the FBI now. This is how Cassie ties into this. A few days after Cassie F. her lawsuit, Jaguar Wright revealed that Cassie had had a secret conversation with Kim Porter a few days before Kim passed away. That Kim gave Cassie some damaging information on Diddy, and that Cassie used the information to get away from Diddy once and for all. Not long after this, Kim mysteriously passed away under some shady circumstances.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us. And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you. And I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. Congratulations on surviving, and congratulations on standing up.
The timing of this was no doubt, and it had people wondering if Cassie knew more about Kim's passing than she let on. Well, word on the streets is that not only does Cassie believe that Diddy could have had something to do with Kim's passing, but she has allegedly been working with the feds to prove it. According to a source, Cassie allegedly knew that the feds were looking to uncover what really happened to Kim, and allegedly the raid was also tied to this because they seized his phones, laptops, and all electronics in his house during the raid. Child, if he got a smart fridge, it probably got seized too, because the feds did not leave any stone unturned during that raid, and videos that hit the internet showed just how thoroughly they searched. Cassie's lawyer also released a statement that said, "We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law." Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct. What makes this case even juicier is that unlike most of these SA allegations and the lawsuits that were filed, a potential murder case is different. See, what held Cassie and the other women back was that the statute of limitations had passed, so they were unable to file a criminal case, but there is no statute of limitations on murder. So if the feds find anything to link Diddy to the crime, he's going straight to court. Fans showed their support for Cassie on social media, saying, "I'm starting to think Cassie and the feds were working together. Somebody had to have lit the fire under her to file that suit against Diddy and open these doors. Somebody gave her inside info that people were coming for Diddy, and to keep her name out the suits, she filed first." Shout out to Cassie. What she did was brave as heck. She told her story and most likely provided a missing piece to the puzzle. The feds have been watching Diddy for a while, and I knew it was only a matter of time before the feds got involved after Cassie's lawsuit. There was no way Diddy was going to completely get away with the trafficking claims. But how do y'all feel about this situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments and then check out this next video.